Welcome, I'm Nid, a soul guide, which means I'm here to support people in how it is that you can allow your soul to express itself more fully through you. Some people might call that being more your authentic self. I find that it really supports people in a more flowing, emotionally resilient, grounded and joyful way of living. And I do this for people's businesses, embodiment practices, and much more. In this video, I'm going to share with you a breathing practice that we can use to work with the energy of this year's wood dragon from the Chinese yearly cycle. I've already done a video on the wood dragon and a really powerful way in which we can use it in our daily life, which is at work. And so please do check out that video. But I want to touch on a slightly different aspect of the wood dragon energy for this year that could support you even further. The wood dragon brings with us our connection to purpose. A purpose which is to do with our expression and communication. In the teachings of the light body, we have a belief that we are all part of consciousness experiencing different aspects, and we express these different aspects. And so we are each here as individuals to communicate with one another these different expressions. And so it's okay that sometimes communication goes a little bit interestingly, and this is a part of the consciousness growing, experiencing diversity and a multitude of ways in which things can turn out, whether or not we choose to judge them in our own way. And the energy of the wood dragon can bring with it that of the energy of fire. And fire is a beautiful energy of transmutation. We can clear away that which no longer serves, that which is no longer necessary, and in particular, that which distracts us from staying on purpose and meaning with our lives. So this really is an invitation this year to grow even more in alignment with your soul and what it wants to experience in this life. And the ways in which you can do that are going to be to use this breathing practice to create some fire, to clear out what it is that you're vexed, spending too much energy, kind of getting annoyed, getting, like, that was annoying, I'm so, and like, get away from me, I don't like you, get out of my face. Like this war energy that we are experiencing on this planet is a collective problem that each of us as an individual holds. We each individually hold feelings of frustration and anger, regardless of whether or not you think you do or not, you do. Many of my clients, similar to my own story, did not understand the anger and fire that they were holding within them. And so this practice can help us to release some of that fire that otherwise we may not even know we're holding within us. And the wood dragon is really here to support you in releasing those aspects that stop you from being able to connect with peace. Because the interesting thing in compassion studies is that love and compassion and those good fuzzy feelings that we love to talk about in light and love, anger does not respond to. It builds more resistance if you say, put love on the fire. In fact, it can sometimes fuel it. We want to approach this fire energy with peace, the cooling and calming waters of peace. And this is why we use this breathing practice to help us free and make some space for those cooling, calming, peaceful waters to start to flow over. The other aspects I just want to touch on before we do the breathing is what can bring you into the present moment even more. So often when we're angry and frustrated, we get caught in the head and we're judging what is fair and what is right and what is wrong. And so it becomes very mental. And that puts us in that past, future kind of mentality of therefore I'm not really being fully present and acknowledging what is here. And so we use this breath to help us be fully present in what is here right now. When people ask me how it is that I overcame my head injury and the years of healing that it took, how did I not become someone who succumbed to the pain and the victim mentality? And one thing was that I really met my soul and its desire to live this life that it has a desire. It wants to express. And that asked me to give meaning to my healing and to the things that I share. And we each have the power to choose to give meaning to each experience in each moment. And the way that we walk through giving meaning and finding meaning is that we create a sankalpa, something that our soul wants, and maybe also your personality wants at this time. So say mine was healing, and that was 4 years of staying with that intention. And then it's one step at a time. And all of the studies, if you ever do a data analysis on the healing journey, and I can definitely tell you I've done it, you will see that each step has an up and down. Often it feels like 2 steps back and 1 step forwards. There's a lot of sideways and zigzagging and over there and then over there. And we don't realize that what's really happening is this beautiful upward trajectory. We are moving upwards, and we are drawn upwards, especially when we do our self-practice and our self-work. But at the time, it will not probably feel like it. But know that each step, when fully present, will take you on that trajectory. Each step, when fully present and choosing in alignment with that sankalpa, will propel you along that trajectory. So know your outcome, know that sankalpa, that feeling you want to live. Take 1 step at a time and know that that step might be sideways and it might be backwards, and that's part of the path. But it's just 1 step. And the steps will change throughout the journey. What you may do at one point to heal a part of yourself, when you return to that same aspect, may be different. So for me, when I was working with my migraines, it began in a certain way, and then I did some other work on my digestive system. I did some other work around emotions and belief constructs. And then when I came back to my migraines, the same approaches and methodologies that I'd done before and that I'd anticipated I might do again in the future didn't apply, because all the other healing work I'd done changed it. And so the present moment next step was different. The present moment choice had to make space to let go of what I'd once done or what I'd once expected, and to be new. So give yourself permission to change your mind throughout your healing process. And when we do these steps, we create meaning. We create a ritual life. And so I would love to also invite you to my rituals masterclass that is within my app. You can download it for free in the app stores, the link's below. And that can be a really powerful way to every day start to bring you into this energy of what it is that creates a meaningful and purposeful way of living. And after sharing these aspects with you, it's time to get to this breathing practice that the wood dragon enjoys and loves and showed me to share with you. So when you have those moments where you're really feeling that like teeth grinding, gritting, and the shoulders are rising and they're rounding forwards, and there's this bit of like, I want to hit someone, I want to destroy you, I want to see you suffer, you're going to get revenge, those resentment, like I feel resigned, there's no point, why should I do it, like I'm not going to do it. All of those thoughts, those feelings are that sign of that fire energy. So So when they're going to arise within you, maybe set aside some time on your own at the end of the day if you can't do it during your day, or go and try and find a private space, because this may not be a breath that you want to do in public. And we're going to take what in yoga they call the lion's breath, and I'm going to show you it in a slightly more playful way because it's more fun, but you don't have to be as playful as I am. So if you can, you're going to be breathing into your belly, a nice big diaphragmatic breath. But if belly breathing isn't really your place, that's okay, as long as we're using the lower lobes of the rib cage. So we're looking for bottom of the rib cage, really moving that diaphragm if you can. This is an open mouth exhale, and you're going to breathe in through your nose. You are going to be breathing out, sticking out your tongue as far as you can, and you're going to be making a sound, any kind of roaring type sound if you can. Imagine you're a dragon if you'd like. It's way more fun if you imagine you're a dragon than a lion, because we're working with the dragon energy this year. So use that dragon energy as though you are roaring out to put out and destroy things that are not in alignment with your meaningful, purposeful life, right? Really allow that. If you wish, you can also look to your third eye as you do this breathing on the exhale, and that is going to also help you connect with that third eye ability to see and vision and connect with that larger picture from your soul's calling. We're going to do 5 of these breaths. That's only 5. They're very powerful, so that's all you're going to need to do. And I would fully suggest doing this if you are feeling this pressure of the world, of the unfairness and injustice that is here in this world. You are invited to do what you like with your arms, but I'm going to do a couple of different arm movements to give you some options. Taking an inhale and an exhale to clear your breath. Inhale for roar number 1. Allow your breathing to just rest and return to normal. You may feel a lot of heat. Be with these sensations in your body. The energy as it's moving through you. Be sensitive to where you move the energy. You can feel its rawness. And I invite you to smile, shake out those hands and arms, and just give yourself a little like, that was kind of fun, wasn't it? Oh yeah. So well done everyone. I hope that you enjoy using the energy of the wood dragon this year, and that you call in that support whenever you need to free yourself from this energy of anger, of fire, of war. And may you have a most wonderful 2024 in the year of the wood dragon. And let's see this peace, this water start to kindly and gently wash over each of us and ripple out into the collective. Seeing these shifts at a much larger global scale of peace and kindness to all. Much love.